If you keep up with gaming at all, then you should remember that at E3 2017, Sony announced the remake of Shadow of the Colossus for the PlayStation 4. Fast forward to today, and the game is currently out and receiving lots of praise as one of the greatest video game remakes ever made. Being that Shadow of the Colossus is one of my favorite games ever, I made sure to grab that game as soon as it hit store shelves. However, putting my own love for the game aside, I know that the question on everyone's mind is whether buying the remake is worth it. Not only that, but I am sure that people who have never even heard of or played the game before are also curious. Therefore, let me discuss the game and try to give you as much info for a decision as possible. For those unfamiliar, let's start with the story. The story of Shadow of the Colossus plays out almost like a fairy tale. A long time ago, in a place far away at the edge of the world, lies a forbidden land filled now with only ruins that hint at a past civilization. It is here, in this isolated place, that it is said that if one should wish it, one can even bring back the souls of the dead. The game begins as the protagonist of the game, Wander, enters the Forbidden Land, traveling across the long bridge at its entrance on his horse, Agro. Arriving at the massive shrine of worship at the center of the region, Wander places on a pedestal the dead body of a maiden named Mono. After quickly dismissing an army of shadowy creatures with the wave of his ancient sword, the voice of a disembodied entity known as Dorman expresses surprise that Wander possesses such a weapon. Revealing that Mono was sacrificed because she was believed to have a cursed destiny, Wander asks that Dorman return Mono's soul to her body. Dorman states that while usually impossible, his request may be possible if Wander can destroy the 16 idols lining the temple's hall. However, in order for the idols in the hall to be destroyed, Wander must use his ancient sword to kill the 16 colossi they represent, located throughout the vast land. Though Dorman warns that he may have to pay a great price to revive Mono, Wander remains undeterred and sets out to search for and slay all the colossi. When it comes to reasons that I think you should play this game, there are many. Let me start with a few in case you have never played the game before. First and foremost, I would say the gameplay is great. While your only objective in the game is to find and destroy each Colossus, the game is far from easy. With the shrine acting as a hub of sorts, it is up to you to use your sword, dowsing rod style, to find the stomping ground of each Colossus and then destroy it. However, destroying it is easier said than done, as defeating each beast is almost like a puzzle. Just swiping your sword or shooting your arrows at the Colossi anywhere isn't enough, as it is only by finding and slashing at their weak spots that they take damage. For me, figuring out the way to defeat each enemy was really satisfying, and I feel like nothing in any other game compares to the feeling I get watching each mountain-sized foe come crashing down by my hand. Another great thing about this game is the atmosphere. Unlike other action-adventure games, this title is special and the whole thing is just such a lonely, isolated experience. There are no towns or dungeons to explore, no NPCs with whom to talk to, and no enemies to defeat other than the Colossi. The game is literally just you and your horse, wandering the enormous landscape, searching for the next Colossus that needs slaying. While this may sound a bit dull, I feel that it is the total opposite, as it really helps you to immerse yourself in the game and feel like you are the one on this mysterious journey. Finally, I would point to the story. While the story I just described may sound very simple, trust me when I say that the direction it takes as you progress the game and the way it finds a way to reach you at an emotional level is fantastic. You know when you play a game like something in the Legend of Zelda series or maybe Final Fantasy, and at the end you feel like you went through this huge journey? Shadow of the Colossus not only does that, but it also does it in a completely tragic way. I mean, you spend hours on your own, wandering around doing this extraordinary task to save your love, and then that happens? Despite this being a remake of a 13-year-old game, I'm trying to avoid spoilers, so you'll have to see what I mean for yourselves. Moving on to people who have played this game before, of course, I feel that this is worth it, and here are some reasons why. First, we have the graphics. If you thought the game was a looker back on the PS2, this remake blows that game out of the water. Everything is crisp and clear, and seeing this game get a current-gen treatment for me alone is worth the price of admission. Luckily, the studio didn't just stop there, as this game is lovingly remade in a way that also helps get rid of some of the issues that held it back during its original release. All the frame rate drops are virtually gone, the camera doesn't feel like it works against you anymore, the UI has been updated, and some of the more janky controls have been modernized for a better gaming experience. Finally, while the game has been redone in a way that makes it feel almost exactly like the original, there's some new content in the form of some Easter eggs, a photo mode, and a mysterious new challenge. That means that even after you beat the game, there's still some stuff for you to mess around with, which is always cool. So in the end, is this the game for you? If you have never played Shadow of the Colossus before, then I highly recommend it, as I think it is a unique experience that you shouldn't pass up. I mean, this is probably more than any other the game that people point to when they discuss if video games can be considered art, and for good reason. It is a beautiful game that not only allows for moments of self-reflection, but throws amazing battles at you as well, making it an unforgettable journey. And if you have played this game before, then I welcome you to experience it once again and enjoy the new things it has to offer. I mean, in a world of loot crates and microtransactions, paid DLC, and marketing blunders gone awry, why not support a game that wanted to make fantasy come to life and then tried its damn hardest to make that vision come true? But hey, that's just my opinion. And remember, don't take anything I say too seriously. After all, I'm just a wannabe reviewer. Thanks for watching.